What food do you swear people only pretend to like? Chitterlings. My mom-in-law made some at my house, and it smelled like a grown man shitted all over my home and walls. Chitterlings. At first I was like, WTF is a chitterlings? But then I read the rest of your comment to understand you mean chitlins. My hometown has a chitlin cook-off every summer. Whole town smells like shit for a week. Never tried them. Not sure how anyone gets past the smell. Hell, even as someone who has no idea what this is, I don't know how they get past the name. The food I cook for them. That feeling of pure anxiety and the little voice telling you that they're lying. I don't know. I'm just some fat bastard that likes all food. Food, get in ma belay. Shark fin soup. I mean, I get that it is seen as a mark of status, but it tastes of nothing and is just generally a bad dish. I thought it was delicious as a kid. Family is Chinese, obviously. I had absolutely no idea of the cruelty of it and thought it was just like any meat as any child would. The shark fin itself doesn't add much, but the actual soup is really nice if done well. Do not condone eating it though. The soup is delicious. The shark's fin literally has no flavor, just a hard noodly texture. That's why it likely became a delicacy. Tons of fancy Chinese food is more texture than flavor itself. Bird's nest, sea cucumber, and jellyfish all have little flavor but have pretty intense textures. Shark fin is a texture food more than flavor. Fancy Chinese food is a real emotional roller coaster. On one hand, you got Peking duck. On the other, you got fucking sea cucumber. I grew up in India, and my grandfather owned a farm in the village the farm was in. So we got a steady supply of delicious milk straight from the cow. So when I grew up and stayed in London for a year, I was absolutely disgusted at the sight and taste of 2% milk. Fucking disgusting paint water. Edit. Thank you to the person who popped my gold cherry. 2% isn't even that bad compared to whole. Now skim milk, that's some watery shit. Fun fact about skim milk. It isn't really white, so they add some titanium dioxide to make it white. Wait, are you serious? Edible gold. Like, why? It's not there for the taste. It's a fuck you to the poor people. It's not even expensive. Some sites sell 50 sheets for like $11. How the fuck can you like milk and water mixed? What do you mean? Some people put 50% water and 50% milk in their cups and actually enjoy it. It tasers so bad. I've never heard of this before now. The vast majority of the posts are just personal preference like avocados, mushrooms and onions. But I just can't imagine how anyone can actually enjoy balut, a developing duck fetus in the egg. My boyfriend and I were drinking in a bar in the Philippines and saw a balut vendor walking around on the street. A big bouncer guy came up and bought an egg from him and ate it standing there. Then another. We counted. He ate 14 balut eggs. Made me lose my appetite. He ate a flock of balut. Then they migrated south. Balut. I don't understand how cracking open an eggshell to eat a half-formed duck embryo is appealing to anyone. It's really not that bad until you realize the textures involved really just tastes like an egg. And the duck fetus is so soft that's not even an issue really. It's just that it tastes so much like a normal egg and then you feel clumps that your brain is like, oh no, what's that? It's like eating a burger or something and having a weird chunk in it. Just not what you expect, and then it makes you remember what it looked like. Instant puke. You know what else tastes just like eggs and doesn't have weird clumps in it? Eggs. Fondant on those pretty cakes. You see people on those cake TV shows chowing down on the disgusting Play-Doh with smiles on Their faces are fondant vape. Now this I can get behind. Fondant might be technically edible, but that doesn't mean I want it in me. It's pure sugar. Like, I've always thought that if you're going to indulge, why spend the calories on a literal sheet of sugar? If you took the fondant off the cake, you could probably have way more cake or something else more appetizing. This is why buttercream is the only real cake coating. Is it weird that I like almost all the food in this thread? Excluding cumin celery. Especially celery. Edit. Okay. When I made my original comment, the foods were all pretty normal. I will definitely not be eating any live octopus or balut, or cum celery. Is cum food? Good to know. I'm a supermarket now. I used to have a GF who wanted to cook stuff using my cum. I was always worried about food since then. The cookbook was called Natural Harvest. Of all the things I read in this thread, this is the worst. I think I'm done here. Candy corn. I like it, and I think even I'm faking it. Edit. Obligatory ribbon box. The reason I like it, but don't at the same time, is that it's like the lettuce of Halloween candy to me. It tastes like nothing, but it doesn't taste bad. I'll eat it more out of boredom rather than desire. I just love sugar of various flavors. Sugar of various colors. I waste around $60 on this shit a year. I fucking love it. Semen. No way that shit would taste yummy. Depends on their diet. 100%. A girl once told me you know a guy is a smoker immediately by tasting his cum. There may be easier ways to do this, however. She also said that there is a pretty good correlation between how good someone's diet is and how their cum tastes. I, at times, have a pretty good diet, and I've kissed a girl who's had my cum in her mouth on a few occasions, and I didn't find it all that bad, and it's a pretty huge turn-on. The pineapple thing is true. I don't understand how people actually enjoy slimy okra. I've given it many chances, and maybe there's yummy okra out there, but I've yet to discover it. It's delicious pickled. Have you ever had it fried? I honestly do not think there is any way to eat okra other than to fry it. Pan fry, deep fry, or to use its sliminess to thicken stews. I don't know of any other culture that eats okra a different way. Caviar. How do raw-ass fish eggs taste so remarkable? It tastes like a kiss from a lusty mermaid. Goddamn, I want last November like this. Another Frasier fan?
Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.